Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Fairy Goddess Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be looking at who are you really? So who you truly are on the inside. We tend to have different personalities and different ways of being depending on the situations that we're in, right? So depending on if you're around strangers or when you're with your friends, when you're with your family. But today we're going to be focusing on who you truly are on the inside. So let's just get right into it. It's a very simple and straightforward reading. So I decided to make this video just for anybody that wants to get more in touch with their soul and get some feedback on who they truly are, of course. So we have 4 different piles for you guys to choose from. They're all mini decks and they're all very cute and adorable. I recently just got them and I absolutely love them, so I can't wait to use them today. So yes, we have 4 piles to choose from, and I will show you guys the crystals up close as well as a card from each deck. And for the card that I chose to show you guys, it's going to be the High Priestess, because that's all about inner truth. It's all about what's going on in your inner world, intuition, and that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Let me show you the crystals and the cards up close one by one. Please just meditate, breathe in, breathe out, ask spirit for some guidance, and just choose the pile that you feel drawn to the most. So we're starting off with pile number 1, and guys, please ignore my really bad nail polish. I didn't have any nail polish remover, and I didn't want to not post this reading just because I didn't have nail polish remover. So please excuse my really bad nail polish. But anyway, we have pile number 1, and I'm pretty sure this is crazy lace agate or some kind of lace agate. I'm not too sure. If you do know, please comment down below what you think this is, but I'm going to call it crazy lace agate. But that is for pile number 1, and we also have the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and this is the High Priestess. For pile number 2, we have this clear quartz tower, and we are using the Modern Witch Tarot deck, and this is the High Priestess. For pile number 3, I also don't know what this crystal is called. I got many of these crystals as a gift, so that's why I don't know, but I'm calling him Coral Spiky Guy because that's what he looks like. So this is your crystal, pile number 3. And we have the Dreaming Cat Tarot, and this is the High Priestess. And finally, for pile number 4, your crystal is the Tiger's Eye Crystal, and we're using the Art Nouveau Tarot, and this is the High Priestess. So guys, feel free to pause the video if you need some more time to decide. You can meditate on it, you can ask for some guidance, but just choose the pile that you feel drawn to the most when you are thinking about the question, who you truly are. So thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. And without further ado, I will be getting started with pile number 1. Bye. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome into your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So if you guys chose the Crazy Lace Agate or the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, then this will be your reading, all about who are you really. So let's just get right into it because we have a lot to cover today. So this is a very complex question, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to go about this reading, but I decided that I more want to connect with your soul and who you are deep down. I know that we also have so many other different personalities, like who we are to strangers, who we are to our family, but really I wanted to connect with your highest self, so your soul, your true essence. So yes, we will be shuffling the tarot, and then I also shuffled some oracles off camera that I will be also setting down. So let's get right into it. So pile number 1. It's funny because when I was shuffling the oracles off camera, I could not stop laughing. So I don't know if you guys would resonate this. This might not be for everybody, but you guys could be just like naturally funny. And if you don't resonate with that, I just feel like you guys are just a bit of a goofball. And I feel like, I don't know if this is like to other people or if this is just like when you're alone mostly, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people, you would resonate with this in pile number one. Like, I feel like your truest self comes out more when you're alone, like just how silly and goofy you are. I feel like everything that you do, you kind of, you put your unique twist on it. That's just the messages that I'm getting before we even look at your cards. But let's see what Spirit has to say about who you really are. So Spirit, who is pile number one truly on the inside? Their core essence. Pile number one's higher self come through. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands. There's a lot of dreamers in this pile. Who is pile number one really? We have the Emperor. We have the Two of Swords. I love this deck, by the way. I recently just got it and I love it. It's so cute and adorable. Who is pile number one, Spirit? If their soul had to speak, what would they say? Who is their soul? So we have the Four of Cups. And we have Temperance. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now for your oracle cards. You guys have the Butterfly, the Bee, Hostilities, Conflict, Unrest, Imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Gambler, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. We also have Perception. Expansion. Release. And finally we have Let It Go. Okay. Pile number one, I'm actually going to put this over here. First and foremost, I just want to say we have some creative, very, very creative souls in this pile. So, pile number one. First, let's start off with astrological signs. So we have air signs. That would be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We also have Aries, and we have Sagittarius here. So yes, you can resonate with any one of those astrological signs. You can have those in your birth chart. You don't have to, but those are for extra confirmation for anyone that needs it. But pile number one, where do I start? So I just want to say you are a dreamer and you are somebody that feels very strongly. You are in the midst of a major transition in your life right now, and I feel like it's just one that is simply just letting go of what does not serve you. I feel like pile number one, you have dealt with a lot, and I feel like in your present moment, I'm getting a lot of energy of you are the happiest when you are following your heart. And I know that's very vague, but I feel like for a lot of you, you sort of lived your life following everybody else and not really following what you knew to be true for yourself. And I feel like you're definitely coming out of that. So we have this butterfly here, and then we have perception, and you see these butterflies too. So you are in the midst of a major transformation and a major transition in your life right now, where you are moving into a more independent, free, light sort of place right now. You have perception, expansion, and release. So I am getting that you really are feeling the call to move beyond the way that you've been living your life up until this point. And you are somebody that is, you just feel this internally that it's time to go bigger. It's time to let go of what doesn't serve me anymore. You could have, this might not resonate for everybody, but in the midst of this transformation, you could have some people that are not exactly happy with it. I feel like this could resonate for just a few of you, but I do feel like certain people don't want to see you thrive. They don't want to see you flourish, and you're surrounded by energies that want to see you stay the same and don't want to see you grow because they see how much potential you have. And I feel like maybe you take this on as well. Like maybe you feel other people's energy and you feel like, well, if I change, then the people that I was surrounded by my whole life, or just the people that are in my life right now and the people that know me, what if they cast me out? What if they don't like me? What if they don't like the new me? I feel like you are very conscientious of the energies of others. You could be an empath, but more than that, you're just a very sweet and creative soul, and you really want to do what's best for the highest good of everybody. You're not really somebody that just thinks about yourself. You're somebody that really, if you are successful, you want to bring people along with you. If you're in a group, you want to pull your weight and you want to help other people as well. You're really a helper. You have this spirit of just wanting to be a team player, and you want everybody to succeed and be happy. And unfortunately, not everybody that you come across wants the exact same thing. You know, a lot of people want to just see themselves succeed, and sometimes your energy of being helpful, people can actually just take advantage of that and constantly take away from you and have no problem taking. And I feel like one of the things that you're releasing is just that kind of energy of, you know what, like I'm not the pushover anymore. I'm not going to live my life like this. I'm not going to be a slave to my unhealthy habits, or I'm like, whatever it is that you're changing, it could be many different things because this is a general reading. For some of you, I feel like you are just letting go of unhealthy emotional patterns, maybe just, you know, playing the victim, or maybe just being unconscious and unaware of how you're going through life, and you're becoming more self-aware. You're just coming into yourself more and coming into your confidence more. For some of you, you're letting go of relationships that are not serving your highest good. For some of you, you could be letting go of a job. Like there's really a lot of scenarios that I'm seeing here. But ultimately, I feel like pile number one, you might be the type to stay in your comfort zone, yet at the same time, this doesn't make you happy. I feel like you definitely are a dreamer, and you are somebody that dreams big, and you see so much for your life, but at the same time, it's really hard for you because the place that you're in now, it's very comfortable. It's not stable, but it's what you know. But I feel like when you're in this place of not wanting to evolve and grow, I feel like that makes your soul feel very sad and stagnant and depressed. And you could have recently gone through like a really heavy like depression, or just dark night of the soul where you didn't know where you're going or what you're doing, or we're just stuck in this emotional pattern. And I feel like you're definitely coming out of that because you're realizing, well, I don't want to let all of this imagination and creativity go to waste. Like I feel so much more for my life. And I think that who you are really is just, number one, you are such a sweet soul. But more than that, you are a dreamer, and you are somebody that can transform. I don't want to say, ultimately, I feel like pile number one, you have a heart of gold. And I feel like who you are on the inside, I feel like maybe one of the life lessons that you need to learn is how to set boundaries and how to say no to things that don't make you happy, things that you don't want to do. And you're allowed to not want to do something. Like, you're allowed to not want to go to plans that you don't want to go to, or you're allowed to say no. And I feel like that's a big thing, pile number one, that you're not only living your life for others, you are also living your life for yourself. And I feel like your soul is the happiest when it's pouring into yourself and alchemizing your experiences and everything that you've been through, and it's really making you become a better person. Because I don't feel like you're definitely, your soul is not one to want to stay in the same place. Your soul is one that wants to move around and be free and travel. You're a very free spirit. And I'm just seeing that perhaps the way that you've lived your life in the past, it was very much surface level. And I say that in the most loving way, but I do feel like maybe for the majority of your life, you kind of were happy to put, because we see two people, not two people, an animal and a person, but you're seeing here two figures with blindfolds on, and they're sort of just stumbling through life, or they're just pretending that they can't see. And on one hand, I feel like this is telling me that your intuition is very strong, and your intuition will guide you more than anything. And I feel like that is something that you need to rely on more, because you might maybe dismiss your intuition as like stupid, or it's like, oh, this is all in my head, but it's really not. And you actually are very in tune with yourself and with your emotions. And I'm seeing that maybe sometimes you doubt yourself, you doubt your abilities, and maybe you would look to other people for support, or other people for their opinion or validation or whatever it may be. But ultimately, you are your own compass. And I feel like there is massive opportunity for you, pile number one, to move out of this place where you are constantly reliant on other people, or not just reliant on other people, but caring about what other people think, caring about their opinions of you. And I do feel like your soul, in essence, wants to be free. And more than that, I just feel like your soul wants to gain its independence. You see all of these unicorn cards, and none of them have their wings. And it's sort of like, this one is looking out into the distance. This one is sitting here comfortably. This one is pretending like they don't see what's around them. This one is ignoring the intuition and the gifts from spirit. And then finally you have this last one where this unicorn has finally grown her wings, and she's finally pouring into her own cup and alchemizing all of her experiences and emotions and everything. And it's such a happier, more peaceful card. And so I feel like, and ultimately, it's the same thing with this bee card. It's like, it's going from a tiny little bee, that's someone that's always like helping out other people and, you know, being a team player, and it's going into a butterfly, someone that really like expands and grows its wings, and somebody that realizes its true potential and its true beauty. So I do feel like one thing that your soul is wanting to say to you is, hello, I am a catch. Hello, I am right here for you. We can work together, but you need to stop listening to other people's opinions and being involved in other people's drama. I feel like you have a very special connection with spirit, I'm getting. With this expansion card, I'm feeling like you have the ability to see things from a bird's eye view and sort of take a step back, and you have this amazing view on life. And I do feel like your view on life is changing. I feel like the things around you that you used to see as normal, now you're sort of seeing it in a different light, in a more truer light. Your perception is changing, and you're seeing the things that you want to let go of. There might be like really deep trauma that some of you could have gone through that still affects you to this day and still sort of holds you back from living your highest and truest potential. But ultimately, I think who your soul is somebody that wants to overcome this. Who your soul is, I feel like you were brought onto this earth to go through these challenges, go through these trials, go through all of this, and then alchemize it and use it to grow your soul, use it to get stronger, use it to become the best version of yourself that you can be, to ultimately maybe pour into someone else or pour into a passion of yours that you can help other people with. I do feel like helping other people is something that you don't have to feel like it's not a bad thing. It's just when it's in excess, it might be too much. So Spirit is saying that there needs to be a healthy balance between yourself and other people, and creating that distinction of I am allowed to be selfish and I'm allowed to take care of myself first so that I can love other people in the way that they deserve. And ultimately, pile number one, I feel like there is an opportunity here for you to have a fresh start in your life. There is an opportunity here for your soul to alchemize this pain and these unhealthy habits or this negative relationship or whatever it may be in your life that you're seeing that you have to let go of, because I do see that you see it. You, pile number one, you know what I'm talking about right now, whatever it may be for you specifically. This is a general reading, so there are a lot of different options, but ultimately you know what you need to let go of, and Spirit is saying we know as well that you need to let go of these things. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all to make this transition. And you actually, pile number one, you might be prone to burnout. I feel like for some of you, you might be like really tired and exhausted of life, and you probably might be, like, I'm tired of having to do the work. I'm tired of, just doing this. I feel like for some of you, like, you could be really fed up of always having to be the bigger person or always having to, heal. It's like, when will this just be over? When will it's over as soon as you say it's over, pile number one. I feel like you are such a creative spirit, and don't let that go to waste. Your soul has a plan for you, but before you can realize that plan, I feel like you need to see beyond your pain. So healing is definitely something that needs to be happening right now, and you definitely are doing the work. I just want to stress how proud Spirit is of you, that you are being conscious enough to do the work on yourself, and you are taking life into your own hands and making the changes that you need. And Spirit is so proud of that, and they're saying that's not easy at all, and you're doing it, pile number one. I feel like your big break is going to come soon, because I am seeing that Spirit is handing this unicorn the cup, and then in the next one the unicorn has its wings and then it's pouring into another cup. So I feel like an opportunity is coming for you soon, and I just saw 222, so that is definitely confirmation. But I also just got the message that some of you, if you so wish for this to be, you are manifesting a partner into your life. And I feel like where in the past it might not have worked out in the best way, I do feel like you will be so far along in your spiritual journey and so comfortable and confident in yourself that you are going to make sure that your cup is always full before you pour into someone else. And you are no longer going to be pouring into someone else so much that you get burnt out and drained and tired and just fed up. Like, I feel like you are going to have this healthy balance of taking care of yourself and seeing where, and having just a healthy perception on what you can do for other people and what they need to do for themselves. I feel like Spirit is also, either you're already doing this, pile number one, or Spirit is calling on you to pour into some kind of creative project. And I feel like some of you have already maybe started this, but I am seeing with the Ace of Pentacles here that what is going to help you the most along on this path is pouring into some sort of creative project, because your soul is the most happy when it's being creative. So ultimately, pile number one, I feel like who your soul is and who you truly are is somebody that constantly loves to grow and evolve and get better. And you might be in the midst of a very tough transition at the moment, but your soul is going to be so happy once you finally get to the other side of this. And you know, you never fully heal, you never fully stop learning and growing, but I feel like you allow others to see the beauty of life. I feel like your perspective is you have a very unique perspective on life, and I feel like just the situations around you, just the way that you look at them maybe needs to change. Because I'm seeing here with this perception card and this release card, it's like she's finally realizing that the garden around her is not just a prison. It's actually a beautiful garden that's full of abundance. And then you have this release card where you see that the sun behind him is shining through, but he's not really paying attention because he's focused on the turmoil around him and what's going on in his head. And I feel like there's not much difference. Your surroundings are what you make of them. And I feel like if you don't like them, you have the power to change them, pile number one. Wow, I've been wanting to say pile number two in this reading this whole time. I was struggling to say pile number one. So maybe there's a message in pile number two for you. But yes, pile number one, ultimately that's what I'm seeing for you. You're a huge team player. You love to help other people out, but don't forget to help out yourself first. I do want to get you some final advice and messages from Spirit to see what they have to say for you. This is a new deck called Soul Truth. I find it very helpful to just highlight the things that maybe I need to look at or heal. But pile number one, thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's so many more readings coming out. I'm only just getting started. But like this video if it resonated for you, or if it gave you value in any way, if you enjoyed it. And comment down below if it resonated. Would love to hear from you guys. So let's see. Pile number one, Spirit. What do they need already? Okay. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? Yes, this is what I was saying, basically. Yes, how can you fill your own cup first? And it says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Preach, Spirit. Okay, so yeah, so there's just a bunch of, if you guys want to screenshot it, there's just a bunch of actions that you can take to incorporate some self-love. So however that resonates for you, pile number one, like really think about what makes you happy, not what makes everyone else happy, what makes you happy. Spirit is saying focus on yourself first, fill your own cup first, and that is a loving action to everybody else. You don't realize the power, I'm saying you don't realize, but I'm saying people never truly realize that the best thing that you can do for other people is actually to take care of yourself first, because then you're so much more of a joy to be around when you've actually taken care of yourself and are just filling your cup up and you feel joyful and happy without other people. So then around you. For example, in relationships, you're not relying on that person to make you happy. You are happy from within, and you're bringing that into the relationship. And so people can feel that. Let's see, Spirit, what else for pile number 1? Okay, we have, what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? Interesting. Whoop. So it says, how does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. Interesting. Yeah, so it might be where you've been focusing, maybe this will resonate for some of you, but maybe some of you have been focusing on what your parents want you to do or what you think people want you to do with your life rather than what you actually want to do. Maybe you're holding yourself back from starting a creative project because you're scared of what people will think, or you're scared that people will call it stupid, but follow your... Sorry, pile number 2, it actually just died. My battery died when I was in the middle of that, so I don't quite know where I left off, but what I was saying basically was just to look at maybe limiting beliefs that were around you. How have people talked about money? Did they say that it doesn't grow on trees? Did they say that it's hard to earn? And just know that that's not true. And money and everything, like everything else in this earth, is abundance. And everything is in abundance. So when you are living like that, and when you believe that it is possible for you to do anything you want and set your mind to, your soul will be happy. And I think ultimately what your soul is saying is, we have an abundance of wealth, of knowledge of this, but it's within you. And the more that you connect with your soul and your purpose, then the more that you will see abundance around you. So let's see. What else for pile number 1, Spirit? What other messages do you have for pile number 1? What other messages do you have for pile number 1, Spirit? Okay, we have, what excuses am I making right now? So, no more waiting. There will never be a good enough time. The time is now. If it's important enough to you, you will find a way. Today, make a decision and do it even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart. You will be led. Yeah, so I think ultimately what Spirit is saying is follow your heart. You guys may have some dreams that you're holding back on because you're scared of what other people around you might think, but ultimately you are the driver, and what's behind the deck is, what am I grateful for right now? So yeah, I think what can really help is looking at the abundance that you already have in your life and appreciating that, and more will come. More is on the way. So pile number 1, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you liked it and if you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome into your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So if you guys chose the clear quartz tower or the Modern Witch Tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading all about who you truly are. So yes, I made the intro. You guys already know what this reading is about, so I think I'm just going to dive right into it. So let's just ask Spirit to come through today to communicate with us about who you truly are, pile number 2. Thank you for being here with me today, pile number 2, and I forgot to close my window, so you're definitely going to hear that, which is the London buses. Very loud, very busy, so I hope you guys don't mind that. But thanks for being here with me today, pile number 2. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It really does help me more than you know. So let's get right into it. Spirit, who is pile number 2? Can you tell us anything about pile number 2's true self? Who they are on the inside, truly. That one jumped out. Okay, so we have the Hermit. We also have Justice and the Knight of Swords. Let's see. Yeah, okay. You guys have some kind of truth, some kind of ideas that you need to share with the world. Let's see what else we get. Spirit, who is pile number 2? The world. Yeah, there's something that you were brought on this earth to do, pile number 2, and it's big. So we have the moon. We'll just make room. And we also have the sun. Wow, the moon and the sun right next to each other. Very powerful energy. Okay, and on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. Okay, so I'll put that here. And for your oracle cards, which I shuffled off camera just to save you guys a bunch of time, we have the Hawk. Yeah, you guys are definitely communicators. And if you're not, if you don't resonate with that, I feel like it's because you don't know that you have a truth yet to share. But I feel like for most of you, your soul came onto this earth to communicate some kind of message. But let's keep going. Let's take all the cards on the table. We have Adjustment, looking back, moving forward. King. Light attributes are enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. We have, I don't know why, it's weird. So just as I pulled this, I felt like my throat chakra was blocked. Like I literally couldn't get words out. It's weird. I'm like stumbling on my words too. So you guys definitely might have a blocked throat chakra. And this is all about, like we said, speaking your truth, expressing yourself fully and completely. And yes, we have 5th chakra with Archangel Gabriel. Actually, I'm going to move these up a bit. Just make room for everything. Perfect. We also have Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. 7 of Spring, which is 7 of Wands. Be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. Pile number 2. Have you been holding back some kind of truth? Are you holding back from sharing some kind of message? Let's see. We also have Soulmate. And finally, Roots of Abundance. Wow, pile number 2. So there is a lot of throat chakra energy here. There's a lot of blue. There's a lot of air energy as well, which is also about mental energy, communication. So let's see, we have for astrological signs, we have Libra with Justice. We have Virgo with the Hermit. We have Pisces with the Moon. We have Leo with the Sun. We also have air signs in general, so that would be Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And with the Hierophant, we have Taurus. So you could be any of those signs. That's just extra confirmation. It doesn't have to resonate, but those can be prominent signs in your birth chart. But immediately pile number 2, what I can see for you is that in your recent past, and this might, stem back all the way from childhood, but I feel like your power was sort of taken away from you in some way, or you just felt like you never really had the space to fully be able to express yourself and embody your truth. Because I feel like, so we have adjustment here, looking back, moving forward, right next to the hawk. And the hawk is all about seeing things from a bird's eye view, and it's all about a message that the hawk carries. It's said to have a message on its wings, or it carries news on its wings. And for some reason, I'm feeling drawn to look at this darkness here, because in both of these cards, it's sort of like she's looking back at the mistakes that she's made, or just past pain, past hurts, or just belief systems that she's been holding on to that are not serving her anymore, and she's choosing to move forward. And I'm feeling it's like this hawk is also just like coming out of the darkness and flying into the light. And so I feel like there's your recent past, or your past in general, has been very blocked in some way, where it really wasn't supportive of you being your true authentic self. So you might have been raised in a home where you weren't really allowed to have an opinion, or you really weren't allowed to be yourself or have a voice. And if it's not that serious, if it wasn't that, then it was just that things happened and people kind of treated you just in a way where they weren't very kind to you, or they weren't very open and receptive to your voice and who you truly are. I do feel like I'm getting this message that for some people, this can resonate for some people, but in your past, maybe people have tried to mold you to become something different, or just were not, I just keep hearing they were not supportive of your truth. So I feel like you are definitely coming out of that. I feel like you are starting to realize that you have something unique to share with the world. And with this King card, along with the Roots of Abundance, I feel like there is a strong presence of some kind of royalty in your past. For some of you, and it might sound crazy to some, but you might have been some kind of royalty in a past life. If not, just somebody who was very prominent and very respected when it comes to the message that they have to bring. You have a natural gift of captivating people's attention, and you also have a unique way of perceiving things where you can see the bigger picture and communicate that. And that is your gift. I feel like who you are is somebody that has a message to share, is somebody that has a truth to share, but not just that, but a unique perspective also on situations in general. Just you have this unique ability to see the whole picture. And I'm being called to look at this third eye here. So you might have a very active third eye and crown chakra. And the third eye is all about intuitive abilities and being able to see past illusions in order to see the full bigger picture. And so I feel like that is your gift, pile number 2. You are definitely somebody that has the gift. I'm hearing the gift of gab, but you are definitely just somebody that has the ability to capture the attention of a room, and really, like, through your words, through your perception of how you perceive things, it's so unique and so different from the way that everyone else does, that it's just, that is your gift, and that is what you were here to share with the world. And I feel like one thing that you're getting over is, because I'm feeling drawn now to this 7 of Wands, which is be assertive. And 7 of Wands is all about standing up for yourself, defending yourself. And I just feel like maybe in the past, people have kind of been, and even maybe still now, it's sort of like some people can feel threatened by your presence, because you do have a very powerful presence. We have the World, we have Justice, the Moon, the Sun, and the Hermit. We have 5 major arcanas here, and that just tells me that your energy is a big one. And I'm just getting this direct message that you may have had a lot of past lives, and especially as somebody in a position of power. I am getting that you have the journey of discovering your voice in this lifetime, because a lot of times when a powerful, strong spirit is incarnated onto this earth, there are people that are operating on lower vibrations that don't want to see you succeed. And sometimes, unfortunately, those people are our parents, or our siblings, or the people closest to us. And they're operating on an unconscious level. So it's not like they're doing this on a conscious level where they don't want to see you succeed, but it's just more of an unconscious level where some people just feel, some people's egos feel threatened by how powerful you are and how gifted you are. And I feel like, in the recent past where we have the hermit here, and then justice right next to it, it's sort of like you have silenced yourself for a very long time, and you sort of just, decide, maybe you were the type to say, why would I even speak up anyways? I'd rather just keep quiet. It's more peaceful that way. Rather than speaking up and speaking my truth, I would rather, even if you're not right, because I don't believe in the word right, I just feel like even if you feel like it's the right thing to say, you, in the past, or even just now, you kind of held yourself back from speaking your truth because you were the type to be like, well, not the type to be like, but you just processed it as, well, in the past, every time I would speak my truth or every time I would be myself, then somebody would have a problem with it and we would get into an argument and there would be this whole chaos. And I feel like you really withdrew into yourself and you got to a place where you said, you know what, to hell with it. I'm not going to speak my truth. I am going to just withdraw. And I feel like your soul at this moment is coming out of it. And you honestly are kind of just saying, you know what, screw it. I realize and I feel this calling in myself to speak my truth. And more importantly, I feel like your soul is wanting to do the right thing. Your soul is somebody that really wants to bring justice into this world. Who you really are, pile number 2, is someone who is a very good soul that wants to make changes in this world. And that is such a powerful, strong gift. And please don't let anybody dim your light. And whoever feels threatened by your presence or your voice, allow them to be. That is just their ego. And it's not your job to make everybody feel comfortable. The truth often makes people feel very uncomfortable, but I'm sure, Pile 2, you've had moments where somebody has spoken a truth to you and you may have gotten hurt by it or offended by it, but sometimes it's even years later where we think about what that person said and how truthful they were, and you realize, well, yeah, in that moment, that was maybe the hard thing to say to somebody because it's not easy to hear or it's not easy to say to somebody, but at the end of the day, they were right and they were just speaking their truth. And I feel like that's just sort of the energy that will help your soul feel more at ease and at home, because your soul is a communicator. That's what you are. You were brought on this earth to, and your soul is a messenger. Your soul is somebody that wants justice. Your soul is somebody that is basically, how I can describe this is your whole essence is using your voice to better the world. And a lot of people have different ways that they can better this world and get on some people are just the caregivers. Some people were just brought on this earth to be a caregiver and care for people around them. And there are some people that are brought on this earth to make art, and that will help people feel better. Some people, there's so many different ways that you come on this earth to share your gift with the world, and your gift is your perception. Your gift is your unique ability to see things as they are and not through the lens of your ego. And I feel like maybe in the recent past you could have been operating like that, because this soulmate card also talks about how you truly want to live versus how you have been living in the past. And it's very funny. There's a lot of emphasis on the past. So you definitely could have these negative programmings from either past lives or in your childhood or just from past relationships, whatever it may be, that you have allowed it to silence you. And I'm not saying I'm not judging in any way, because we all have these situations where unfortunately we go through trauma, or we go through just really, I'm gonna watch my words here because YouTube really likes to censor these days, but you've just been through some very crappy times, and we have all been through those moments where we let those negative experiences get to us and we internalize it and we think that it's our fault, especially when we're kids, because we don't know any better and we think the world revolves around us. And so I feel like you've taken on a lot of negative programming that you were surrounded by for a very long time, and I feel like that has led you to become more withdrawn. But who your soul is, pile number 2, is somebody that is confident, somebody that can stand up tall and live in their truth. You also have a birthright of abundance. And I'm not just saying that in general, but your soul is naturally, like, I'm not just talking about abundant, like, you came into this life knowing that you were going to be wealthy, whether you resonate with that or not. And also, wealth is a perception. So whatever wealth is to you, that is what you came here to live. And so whether wealth is living on acres of land and, being at peace and having enough money to do the things that you love to do and in your little quiet space, like, that is wealth for some people. For other people, it's the private jets and it's the mansion. It's whatever wealth is to you. And you have this unique gift with the world that you have to offer to the world. And I feel like when you start to live that, so some of you could really resonate with either being writers or wanting to start a YouTube channel and speak about whatever you're passionate about. There's really a lot of options here. Some of you could resonate with wanting to be a politician. Whatever career allows you to use your voice and use your opinions and use your perspective in order to communicate that truth. And I'm feeling it like it is on a global scale with the world here. And I feel like this is a very powerful message that I'm just receiving, but with the moon and the sun, you are meant to bring light to the darkness on this earth. You are meant to shed light on the illusions that people are stuck in. You are meant to bring the sun into dark places. And you are going to be doing that with your unique perspective. Simple as that. So pile number 2, what you can find helpful is doing some throat chakra healing, some throat chakra meditation, or simply just writing, simply just journaling, learning how to communicate, maybe like taking a communication class or like, online on Skillshare. I know that or just any kind of learning platform. I know that there's so many like communication and how to communicate well, just opening up that throat chakra and just practicing every day, speaking and communicating and sharing your voice. And also not paying attention to the negative feedback that you get, because nobody that is ever in a good place, nobody that is ever truly happy from within feels the need to bring other people down. And it's only when other people are living in their own personal hell that they feel the need to share that. When other people are living in negativity, they need to share that. You notice whenever you feel good about yourself and you feel happy and you feel amazing, you just want to share that, and you want to share the positivity, and you want other people to feel good. It's only negative people that want to share their negativity, and you just sort of have to see through that. And I feel like pile number 2, you can see through that, but it still sort of holds you back in a way. So just kind of reminding yourself that, you know, you don't need to be concerned with other people's opinions of you, and all you can do is be wholly, authentically who you are, and whoever, there will be people that love you for that. And I just looked up and saw 2222, so that is a direct message, first of all, that you need to create something. I feel like your soul is calling on you to create some sort of project, to start some sort of project. So if you've been maybe holding off on writing that book or publishing that book, or, you know, starting a YouTube channel or making videos, or, you know, taking that course, whatever it may be, Spirit is saying, please do that, because therein lies your abundance, therein lies your gift, and therein lies your purpose. And the more that you walk towards that, the more that your soul is going to be happy. So pile number 2, I'm going to get you guys some reflection cards from Spirit. These are, I just got this deck, it's called Soul Truth. So this is a perfect way to close off this reading, just to see what your soul would like to say to you. So if your soul could talk, what would your soul say to you? Let's see. If this resonated, pile number 2, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the reading. I really love to hear from you guys, and I really want to have this be a community of like-minded people and just, you know, a nice big soul family. So subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and like this video if it resonated for you. Let's see, pile number 2. What would your soul love to say to you if it could talk to you? What would your soul like to say to you right now? Pile number 2, if it could talk to you. Okay, we have, oh wow, 3. Your soul is very, anyway, it's very communicative. Your soul loves, because in the other pile, I literally had to shuffle for ages to get it to talk. But like we were saying in this whole reading, like your soul is just, it loves to talk. So let's see. What am I grateful for right now? Yeah, I think just being in the space of appreciating what you're grateful for, like looking back and moving forward, it's like once you start appreciating the things that are already in your life, then that is the energy of abundance, and that's when you start attracting more. Let's see. Adopt an abundant mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to all of your problems. It is impossible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. Gratitude improves our health, opens our heart, and changes our state. Yes. What am I focused on? Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Wow, there's a lot here to do with focusing on things. So I do feel like pile number 2, you might be focusing a lot on, you know, your negative beliefs, your negative programming, or the experiences of your past that have sort of brought you down. And, you know, rightfully so, I feel like it's just sort of asking you to sort of heal it and focus on what you want to bring into this world rather than what has already transpired in the past. I feel like Spirit is saying focus more on moving forward rather than ruminating on the past. And the message is, are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Lovely. And lastly, we have name all the things you love. I think this whole reading is like at the end, Spirit is really highlighting just how abundant you truly are, and it just wants you to realize that. And so I think definitely all of these are about gratitude and looking towards the future. So definitely Spirit is trying to say, look towards the future. Don't focus too much on the past, because the past has already happened. It's not going to change, but what have you learned from it and how can you move on from it? So focusing on the things that you love, I think, will definitely put you in a stronger vibration. So are you one of them? I give myself, oh, that is so sweet. Name all the things you love, and are you one of them? I give myself all the love and attention that I need. Yes, pile number 2. Definitely pour into yourself. And I'm being called to look at this card also. What if it isn't true? The thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reason why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you. What if it wasn't true? It's time for a soul chat. So this is what I was saying about journaling, or, you know, just talking with yourself and reflecting on the past and reflecting on your negative beliefs even. I think that's very powerful to ask yourself. One thing that I've been doing is reflecting on my negative beliefs. Okay, for example, I don't think I'm good enough. Okay, well, ask yourself, is that true? Do you truly think that you're not good enough? Well, no. So why is that a thought that keeps ruminating in your head? Well, that's because I've been told that since I was a child, that I wasn't good enough, or I was treated that way. I wasn't exactly told you're not good enough, but I wasn't exactly treated where I felt like I was good enough. So asking your negative thoughts, sort of talking back to them and saying, well, do I really believe this? Is that really my truth? And 10 times out of 10, it's usually not true, because our soul is pure love and abundance, and those negative thoughts that we have are just past programming from things that we've internalized, and it's not true, and you don't have to listen to that anymore. You get to create your own bright future, pile number 2. It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? And then the journal to answer is, what lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Beautiful. Pile number 2. Thank you so much for allowing for me to read for you today, and I'm honestly wishing you the best of luck on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if it gave you value in any way. And again, I just feel called to say you are such a bright, loving spirit, and I'm wishing you all the best and sending you all the love, pile number 2. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome into your reading, and thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So if you guys chose the Coral Spiky guy or this Dreaming Cat Tarot, then this is going to be your reading all about who are you really. So we're going to be exploring the depths of your soul and who you truly are on the inside, regardless of what you choose to show people. We're going to be exploring your soul today. So I'm very excited to get into this reading. So we're actually going to put, no, we're not. We're going to use the tarot and the oracles at the same time. So I have shuffled some oracle cards off camera, and that was obviously just to save some time. It takes a really long time if I was to shuffle them on camera, but I'm going to be shuffling your tarot cards on camera. So let's just get right into it, and let's ask Spirit to guide us today, and calling on pile number 3's higher self, pile number 3's soul. I'm asking Spirit to communicate with me about who pile number 3 truly is. So Spirit, who is pile number 3 truly? If their soul could talk, what would they say? Who is pile number 3? Nope, not that many cards. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we also have that is the Four of Swords. Yeah, the Four of Swords. It's actually the first time I'm using this deck, so let's see. Who is pile number 3, Spirit? What can you tell us about pile number 3's soul, who they truly are on the inside? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. Who is pile number 3? We have the Page of Cups. Who is pile number 3, Spirit? Okay, and then for your last card, we have Death. Okay, and then for your oracle cards, oh yes, and on the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. Your heart has been through a lot, either recently or for a while. That's just the message that I'm getting. But let's see with your oracle cards. Let's just push these a bit further up. Okay. So for your oracle cards, we have the Wolf, Telepathy, Transmission, Perception, Communication. Queen, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. All tied up. Grief, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. We have the Empress, time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. We also have the 3 of Winter, which is the 3 of Swords. Reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from the situation. Sadness that will heal with time. We also have Quieting the Mind. Growth. And Creation. Okay, pile number 3. So in terms of zodiac signs, we have earth energy as well as fire. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we have Sagittarius, and I also believe it's Cancer as well. We also have Scorpio with Death. We have all earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we also have Taurus and Libra with the Empress. So I'm feeling like strong earth sign energy, so you could resonate with any of those signs. You definitely don't have to, but those are the signs that I am seeing. So pile number 3. What I'm seeing for you guys is that so first off, I just want to acknowledge that, and this may not resonate for everybody, but I am feeling that might be a large portion of you actually that could have had a recent death that with someone that was really close to you, I'm feeling. And maybe not really close to you, but just somebody that did mean a lot to you or did mean something to you. And I just want to offer my sincerest condolences if that is the case. And I know that that is something that is more difficult than you can ever imagine to go through the loss of someone. So I am so sorry if that has happened to you and if you've been going through a lot of pain recently. I'm sending you guys so much I'm sending you guys so much love and a big virtual hug is what I was trying to say. But for others, you guys could actually just be going through a really bad, I'm getting a breakup. I'm getting for some of you, you could have just ended a relationship that meant a lot to you, I'm getting. So that doesn't have to resonate for everybody, but I am feeling like for this pile, some of you guys have experienced a really big loss, either in the very recent past, or this has been something that has happened a while ago and it's something that is weighing on your soul still. And what I want to say is that you are going through a big transformation at this time. And one thing that I also want to say is you are very intimidating. And if not you are intimidating, but I feel like a lot of people see you this way. A lot of people could just be around you and feel intimidated by your energy, because I am feeling for a lot of you like you are very confident and strong. I'm getting a lot of defined feminine energy, so a lot of you can relate to maybe that divine feminine energy. People find you very beautiful. It's just a direct message that I'm getting. People find you very beautiful and very intimidating to be around because your energy is very, I'm just getting regal. Like, it's very inclusive of other people. I feel like you're definitely the type of person that loves all types of people, and whoever you are, you're the type of person to be very inclusive of people, and you truly have a big heart for people in general, and you're especially caring and protective over the people that are closest to you. For you, pile number 3, I feel like family could mean everything for you. I feel like the people that are close in your life, like, you consider your friends like family, and I feel like the people that are closest to you and the people that you truly care about, they will feel it. And you're just the type of person to be sort of like a mother or like a leader in the group. If like you have a friend group, I feel like you're the type to either be the one to organize things the most, or you're just sort of like the glue, I feel like, in the family dynamic or in the friend dynamic. I feel like you sort of are the glue for people to come together. You are going through a lot of changes, I'm getting, when it comes to stability and your home life. I'm getting a direct message that some of you could be pregnant, or some of you could be expecting to, maybe you're planning to get pregnant or have children. Maybe you're actually pregnant, but that's just a strong message that I'm getting. But in general, I feel like for pile number 3, you right now are going through a lot of transformation, specifically regarding your stability, your home life. You're someone that's very strong, pile number 3. And I don't just say that just to say that. I do feel like any sort of trial or tribulation that you go through, I feel like you always come out on top, and you have this unique ability of perception, of seeing the bigger picture in things and not allowing yourself to get beat down by life. I feel like you have your soul is very aware, and you could have psychic abilities. You may also not be aware of this. This might just be happening subconsciously, but I do feel like when it comes to challenges in life, I feel like you are really good at taking things in stride and growing from things and learning from things. And I feel like there have been things that have transpired in your recent past that have happened, whether good or bad, but I feel like you have come out on top of those situations, and you have actively focused your energy on learning from these situations and healing from these situations. I feel like you're very aware of your place in this world and how you show up in the world, and I feel like it's very important for you that you feel good about yourself. And when something happens where it sort of takes you off of your game, if, like, for example, it could be a breakup or just a fight with a friend, or even when it comes to like a death in the family, I feel like you are very aware of how you are feeling in that moment. And I feel like you are very good at taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself when those type of things happen. I feel like you are naturally a caregiver to those around you, but you are also an amazing caregiver to yourself. And you recognize that, sometimes when things happen or when life happens and you're just not feeling great, you really do have this ability to check in with yourself and give yourself the love that you need, which I think is so beautiful. But I think that in some ways you are definitely struggling with some sort of grief, either from a recent breakup or a death, or just a major life transition that you're going through. And this could be, maybe you're expecting, take it as it resonates. So whatever huge transformation you're going through now, where something has either been taken away from your life or something new is entering your life, I feel like in general that you're grieving your past and how your life was in the past. And I feel like you now are coming to terms with the fact that your life has drastically changed. And I feel like a lot of you are in this period of grief, of just mourning the life that you used to have. But I feel like you are also very aware that you need to overcome this. Not just that you need to overcome this, but that your soul wants to overcome this. And you have a very strong, you have like a warrior spirit is what I'm getting. And I feel like maybe your thoughts might not serve you at times, just in the sense of, I feel like maybe you might be a little too hard on yourself when it comes to maybe feeling pain and not getting over it as quickly as you would like. I feel like maybe your mind is a bit hard on you in that way, but everything has a process and everything takes time, and it's not easy sometimes to let go of things and to come to terms with things. Sometimes it takes a really long time, especially if, you know, we've been with somebody our whole life or been with somebody for a really long time and they fall out of our lives, or we are experiencing a big transformation when it comes to maybe even just a job or like an identity. You know, we've been in one specific job our whole life and then now all of a sudden we're changing. It could be very hard to come to terms with that and to step into this new identity, into this new life. Or even if you're having kids, like stepping into that role of being a parent and not just thinking of yourself, or coming to terms with your life without that romantic relationship, without that person in your life. It's sort of like you've had an idea and a vision of how your life was going to turn out, and then all of a sudden it was upended and something happened, and now it's sort of like you need to come to terms with the fact that that life is over, but then also stepping into that new life and sort of reimagining how your life is going to be. And I feel like maybe that is something that you are struggling with right now, pile number 3. But ultimately, I'm feeling like who you truly are is somebody that is meant for growth and expansion. Like we have the Empress here, which symbolizes creativity and growth, and it also symbolizes pregnancy. But in general, the Empress is a symbol for creativity, for growth, for birth, for life. And we also have creation and growth here. So I'm getting a very strong energy that your soul is meant for big things in this life. I'm just getting this feeling like your soul has a really big higher purpose. Like we have the Wheel of Fortune and Death, and those are 2 very big transformation cards. And I feel like your soul has agreed to come on this earth to experience very challenging things and very hard things, but also overcoming those things is on your path. Because I do feel like when it comes down to it, you are a creator, and that's part of your soul's essence, is being a leader to people. And I feel like community can play a really big part in your life, because you, pile number 3, I'm just intuitively feeling like you are a natural leader. And so we have the wolf here. We also have the wolf twice. So I feel like leading just comes naturally for you. And more than that, we also have the Queen and the Empress, and that's just very strong leadership energy. It's very confident energy. And more than that, it's just a natural leadership. Like leading comes natural for you. I feel like maybe this is a very specific message, but something that I just heard is that you could have been a very prominent leader in a past life. So you could have either been like a queen, or you could have been in like a royal family. More than anything though, pile number 3, I feel like your soul is the type of person to come out so much stronger through these hard situations. Like I'm just seeing this all tied up card, and I feel like that's sort of like maybe your energy now, or maybe even in the recent past. But I'm seeing just this card paired up with this card, and it's sort of like very opposite energy. Like one is she's really all tied up, and then the other, the Empress, it's like she's free, she's unbounded. And I'm just feeling like your soul, who you truly are, is somebody that not just gets over things, but actually integrates all of those lessons and all of those things that you've learned. And you do this really well, pile number 3. I don't know if you even notice this or even if you acknowledge this, but you're the type to go through very hard things in your life, and you have this amazing way of integrating all of those lessons into yourself so that you come out so much stronger and so much more vibrant and so much more beautiful. I'm hearing the word alchemy. So you can have a very natural way of alchemizing pain and allowing it to serve you for your highest good. I just got a strong message, and I do have to say this, and I don't know if this will resonate for a very select few of you, but I just got a strong message that the person, so whoever has experienced a death recently, I'm feeling called to say that they are trying to communicate with you. I am feeling like whoever has passed on, I feel like they just want you to know that they love you and that they're fine. And I'm trying not to actually tear up because this person's energy is coming through very strongly and just wanting to let you know that they're fine and that all is good and that they're at peace. And more than that, they can communicate with you through animals. So specifically, if you have cats or if you have some kind of a dog or a cat, they can communicate with you in that way. But I'm also getting birds. So you can see birds that could just, or even butterflies I'm getting, that could be acting strangely towards you, or they could be like landing in front of you. And I feel like that's their way of trying to communicate with you. I do get this feeling, pile number 3, that when you go through very challenging times, I feel like your natural inclination or reaction is to go within, to isolate yourself, to protect your energy, and you really become, you spend a lot of time by yourself, you spend a lot of time thinking internally, and I feel like for the most part, you sort of shut people out and choose to process things on your own, which is a very healthy thing. It's not something that's unhealthy, but I think what spirit is asking you to do, or what your soul would like for you to do, is to reach out to people more. I am getting the energy that there might be people in your life that feel like you can take on anything, and I feel like some people in your life may not feel like they are needed, or yeah, I just feel like they don't feel like they're needed in your life, and I feel like they feel like you have everything figured out and you can do it on your own and that you don't need their help. But I feel like your soul is wanting to change that. I feel like your soul is wanting to really reach out to people. I feel like you could have this sort of defense mechanism of taking care of yourself where you just withdraw and sort of go into yourself and protect your energy and you don't ask for help. But I do feel like your soul is wanting to get out of that energy and wanting to reach out for help and maybe just admit that you've been going through a really hard time and that you are not strong in this moment. And I feel like that is true strength, because I think it's the easy thing, and I'm saying this completely because I resonate with that pile number 3. Like, it's the easiest thing, and I do this all the time, to just withdraw and not let anybody know that I'm going through things, because I don't want anyone to know that I'm not strong or that I'm dependent on them. But the thing is, it's true strength to realize that you're going through a hard time and realize that you need help, and realizing that you just need some love right now from people around you. And I feel like people will be so happy to support you, pile number 3. I feel like because people think that you've got it all together, and because I just get this intimidating energy from you, I feel like people will be so happy to actually feel like they can assist you with something. But ultimately, pile number 3, what I'm getting from you is that your soul is operating at its highest level and its truest level when it's quiet, when it's changing. I feel like your soul, because we have 23 and we have 32 here, and both of those are 5. So in numerology, it reduces to 5. And 5 is all about change. And so we have also 4s here. So 3 4s, we have 22, which is 4, and we have 4 4 4. So what that, I mean, 444 is angelic protection and love and guidance that the angels are telling you, we have you, we're supportive of you, we're protecting you at this time. So it's angelic protection. But then we also have 5 here, and that is change. And I'm just seeing growth and creation and change. And I feel like you're at a very pivotal moment in your life. Pile number 3, I just heard pile number 4. So there might be a message for you in pile number 4, but pile number 3, I feel like you're at a very pivotal moment in your life where you are learning how to integrate lessons and alchemizing your pain. And ultimately, I feel like this is a very pivotal time for you to really birth yourself into this whole new person. I feel like a lot of you are on the cusp of a major change in your life. And I feel like part of that is letting go of the pain of the past and letting go of situations that are no longer serving you and choosing to move on from it and learn from it and ultimately create a brighter and happier life. I feel like you take on a lot of responsibilities and you may feel responsible for a lot of the people around you and situations around you. But ultimately, pile number 3, I feel like who you truly are is just somebody that has such tremendous capacity for love, and your family truly means the world to you. And I feel like you would do anything for your family and for the people around you. And one thing that your soul is trying to tell you is that it's tired of being alone and that it really wants to connect with other people and it really wants to reach out to other people for love and support. I feel like that's just one message that's coming very strongly, is that it's tired of being alone and it's sort of getting burnt out from being alone, if that makes any sense. And being alone is very healthy, and knowing how to be alone and spend time alone is very healthy. But I feel like pile number 3, you might have the tendency to take on way too much and suffer in silence. The people around you, I'm just getting this message that the people around you will be so happy to help you and be so happy to be there for you if you would only allow them, if you would only reach out. But pile number 3, I also want to say that you're a very hard worker, and I think that a lot of people admire this about you. Not only are you a natural born leader, but there's just this air of like when you set your mind to something, then you see it through and you will grind it out and you won't stop until you achieve your goal. And I think that's very admirable of you, pile number 3. And I feel like a lot of people do admire you and look up to you when it comes to that. But what Spirit is also highlighting here is just your natural innate intuition and sense of perception. And I think what needs to happen is just more of quieting the mind. I think what's on your soul's path is to stop listening to the memories of the past or stop listening to the mind and start observing it more than anything. And I'm just seeing telepathy and just she's looking over at quieting the mind, and it's just sort of, I feel like you might have had a lot of trouble maybe on meditating or just quieting the mind and observing the thoughts. I feel like you might get way too involved with the thought pattern that goes on in your head and it might spiral. But I feel like ultimately you're very self-aware, pile number 3. Like you're very good at realizing when something is off, when your energy is off. And I feel like I definitely just need to highlight, first of all, you are a natural born leader, pile number 3. I feel like you know this too, but more than that, I just feel like you are born to create. And so whatever resonates with you, I feel like a lot of you could be in places of leadership or wanting to start a business even, or wanting to start a family. You're at this point where you want to create something new for your life. So whether that is just like a new lifestyle for yourself, whether that is just creating a new, your soul right now wants to create. And the moment of grief and strife and going through all of those trials and tribulations, that part is over. And I feel like Spirit really wants to highlight that. Like that point is over, and you've you've done a really amazing job at alchemizing this pain and alchemizing all of your experiences into becoming a better, more, I want to say you've done a very good job with your soul's growth is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like now more than ever, your soul wants to create whatever that may be for you. So for some of you, you might be starting a business, or some of you starting a YouTube channel, or starting a family, or, you know, just getting back out into the dating world, whatever it may be. Your soul really does want to create and really just take all of those past experiences and just start over and start fresh and start new. So pile number 3, I'm just going to get some quick last minute advice, not last minute, but just some last advice for you to leave you with a little bit of. These are, it's called Soul Truth. So I found them really helpful in just like asking the right questions that your soul would like you to know. So let's see what your soul has to say to you. And pile number 3, let me know if this resonated in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and also like this video if you enjoyed it. So let's see, what does your soul have to say? Pile number 3. What does pile number 3's soul want to say to them? Okay, excuse me. We have, what am I looking for outside myself that is already within me? And on the back of the deck we have, are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within you. Yeah, and that's what I feel like with quieting the mind and telepathy. I feel like you might have a really hard time, and with all tied up as well, your mind might just be going back and forth and really overwhelming you. I feel like once you quiet your mind and quiet your thoughts and observe them rather than being a participant in them, and really taking that time to get to know yourself, I feel like that would do wonders. I'm feeling like meditation or journaling would be really good for you, pile number 3. Let's see what else your soul has to say. What risk can I take today? Yeah, I feel like your soul really wants to start expanding and really wants to start taking risks again. I feel like you might have gotten into this energy of staying too much in your comfort zone, but not just that. It's more just like, I feel like maybe life has sort of maybe put you in a place where you felt like you didn't want to take risks anymore, because every time you do, then it went to crap, or, you know, but I feel like your soul is really wanting to expand, and it's saying like, I'm feeling healed enough to go back out there, and we're not the same person that we were just, you know, a year ago or just 6 months ago. I feel like you have gone through a lot of changes, pile number 3, and your soul is ready to start being an active participant in life again, is what I'm feeling. It says, be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risks than you ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big, scary leap, but do not fret because your soul has wings. Yeah, definitely. And I'm strongly like, look at this Empress, like her beautiful wings. And it says, take action, the power of creativity. So I feel like your soul is really wanting to take some risks right now and start creating something for yourself, whatever that may be for you, pile number 3. Let's see what else your soul, okay. So we have, who am I ready to forgive? I am not what happened to me, I am who I choose to become. Wow, that's very powerful, and that was Carl Jung. Is it time to let go, forgive, and move onward? Is your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself? Forgiveness brings sweet release, freedom, and insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? Yeah, I feel like a lot of you could be in this energy of still holding on to a really bad hurt from the past. For some of you, I'm feeling like it was a really bad breakup, or just somebody that hurt you dearly, or somebody, again, I'm getting that has passed away, but more importantly, like, who are you ready to forgive? Like, has somebody hurt you in the past that that is just like you can't seem to let go of. I feel like your energy will become a lot more clearer and lighter once you choose to let go of that, is what your soul is trying to say. And the last but not least, we have, am I clear on what my soul really wants? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires instead, is what we were saying before as well. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Yeah, and that's what we were saying as well with, you know, following your heart and start to take risks again, pile number 3. I feel like it's really going to pay off, and you will be surprised at how much it will pay off once you start taking those risks again, pile number 3. So thank you so much, pile number 3, for joining me on this reading. I had a blast reading for you, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome into your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So if you guys chose the Tiger's Eye Crystal or the Art Nouveau Tarot, then this is going to be a reading all about who you really are. So I'm really excited to get into this reading. I was actually getting some messages because I shuffled oracle cards off camera just to save time. And sometimes when I'm shuffling the cards, it depends on if the energy of the pile that I'm reading for is very strong. And your energy was very strong, and it was coming in just very, so what I was hearing was powerful. And so I just kept hearing the word powerful. So I feel like you guys have this very, like a very fierce spirit. I feel like you are just the type to just take on anything and go through challenges, and what I'm getting is like fearless. And I just saw 222, so that's definitely a confirmation. And also you could be seeing 222 around. I know that it also does mean partnership, but yeah, that's what I was getting immediately before we even get into the cards. So I'm excited to read for you today, pile number 4. So let's get right into it. Let's see what your soul has to say about who you truly are. So Spirit, what can you tell us about who pile number 4 is? What can you tell us about who pile number 4 truly is? Let's see. Who is pile number 4? I just heard another message I can't ignore. I just heard that sometimes you doubt yourself, but at the end of the day, you just keep moving. I don't know if that resonates, but it's sort of like, even though you feel fear, even though you feel doubts, it's sort of like you just keep moving anyway, because you kind of have this awareness that life always keeps moving and you want to keep moving with it. That's the message I got. It's a very powerful message, and we didn't even get into the reading yet. So let me know if that resonates in the comments below. But let's see, who is pile number 4? Spirit, who is pile number 4 truly on the inside? Oh, okay. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yep. Got my hard workers in here. We also have the 6 of Cups. It's very interesting energy. So many messages are coming in, and I want to just start the reading already, but let's get the cards all down and then we'll get into it. So pile number 4, who is pile number 4, Spirit? We have the Tower, and we also have the 2 of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's get a few more. Oh my gosh. You are a very powerful energy, pile number 4. We also have the Knight of Wands. Yeah. And then finally we have the Emperor. Wow, messages are coming in very strong already for you, pile number 4. So we also have the King of Cups on the back of the deck. Oh my goodness. I have never read for a more powerful energy than you, pile number 4. It's actually very, I was going to say intimidating, but it's not, because I feel like you guys are also like very sweet. I feel like you have a really good balance of stability and awareness and masculine energy with feminine energy. I feel like, anyway, let's get the reading down first and let's get into it. So to represent you, we also have the tiger. Wow. Achievement, effort plus intention. Prince. It says romantic charm and potential for power. Shadow attribute is using power for self-aggrandissement. I didn't know that was an English word because I also speak French and I know that aggrandissement is a word. I didn't know it was an English word. Anyway, we also have fear in reverse, and it says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. That was very hard to read upside down. Okay, let's put this over here. Let's see if it all fits. Yes. Okay. We also have strength, number 11. What did I say? I mean, oh my goodness. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. Wow. The power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. Yes, absolutely. Let's see what else we have. Prince of Summer. It's 2 times we have Prince. Romantic, captivating, dramatic, flirtatious. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. Magician and the Mirror. We also have Confusion. Quest. And finally we have Into Me I See. It's a very beautiful card. Wow, pile number 4. Oh my goodness. I honestly just want to like bow down because your energy is fantastic. So for zodiac signs, you guys could definitely be a Leo or at least a fire sign. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm getting strong. So this is a fire sign card. So, and it's also a tiger. So I'm getting strong Leo energy, but also strength is a Leo card. So you guys could definitely be a Leo or a fire sign. I'm getting strong fire energy, but I'm also seeing water energy as well with the Prince of Summer, which is the Prince of, the Page of Cups, I believe. Yeah. Or the Knight. No, I'm pretty sure it's, forgive me. It's one of them. I'll put a little comment down below. But we also have Aries here, so you guys could also be in Aries with the Emperor. Yeah, I'm also getting strong Aries with the Tower because Mars rules the Tower, and Mars is also ruled by Aries, so you can also resonate with one of those signs. But pile number 4, oh my goodness. So let's just get right into it. You guys are... Right off the bat, let's get all the cheesy stuff out of the way. Like, let's get the obvious out of the way. I mean, you guys have a very strong spirit. Like I was picking up from the very beginning. You guys have this sense of conviction that is unmatched, I'm hearing. The way that you approach life and the way that you handle challenges is honestly, I'm hearing by spirit, commendable. You guys, the strength that you have is very commendable. You guys have been through your fair share of hard times and your fair share of disappointments, I'm hearing. Your fair share of challenges, trials, tribulations. And I feel like sometimes people can see you as superhuman. I feel like sometimes people can sort of underestimate that. That's such a like direct message, but people can sort of underestimate if you actually are human just because you have such a way of, I'm hearing, carrying yourself. You have such a way of carrying yourself and dealing with situations that is very much mature. You might be mature for your age as well. Like, take that as it resonates. But I'm getting... So I do feel like there are a lot of males that are watching this. Obviously, gender is, very fluid, but I am getting a strong masculine energy. But the thing is, and this doesn't have to resonate, of course, you can be a woman, you can identify however you like, but I am getting a strong masculine energy in this reading. So I do feel like you guys are very balanced with your masculine and feminine with this Magician and the Mirror. So this talks about how you are balancing both your masculine and feminine and sort of being an alchemist with them. And I do feel like there is a strong balance, but I also feel like at the moment and this point in your life, you are more in your masculine energy when it comes to being assertive, taking action, going after what you want, being less emotional and more rational about things. But I do see a healthy balance. Like, I'm not seeing like you guys are totally relying on your masculine and you're like out of touch with your feelings. I feel like you are very balanced, and it's very beautiful energy, to be very honest with you. Pile number 4. So I'm hearing that you have this ability to handle situations that is very, I'm hearing pragmatic, and I don't even quite know what that word means. Sometimes I'll hear messages from spirit that I don't even know like the meaning of the word, so I'll just put the definition right under here. But I'm hearing that you guys are very pragmatic. What I'm getting is just the sense that you guys don't look on the surface like a lot of people do when it comes to situations. I feel like you guys are the type to look at the underlying meaning and the underlying forces that are going on. So for example, if the spirit is giving me this, they're showing me like a fight that's going on, and you're kind of like, let's say your two friends are fighting, or even just strangers. If you're seeing like, if you're a witness to two strangers fighting, I feel like you're just the type to see both sides of the story, no matter if someone started it or, who was right and who was wrong. I feel like you have this ability to see all sides of the situation and see the underlying issues that are going on. And you can kind of say, oh, well, like, I totally get where you're coming from because this person did that. But at the same time, I can get where this person's coming from because, they're emotional and they've been going through stuff. And, it's, you take things for what they are, not what they appear to be. And I think I'm just hearing the word commendable. So I really do feel like spirit is proud of you and how far you've come, because I am feeling like with this confusion and with this fear in reverse, you guys have dealt with and also the Tower, like, you guys have dealt with your fair share of insecurities and, loss. And I am hearing that loss is a heavy word. So for some of you guys, you could have experienced like a lot of hard things in life very early on. And I just saw 333. So that could also be a number that you're seeing a lot, and that is spirit trying to communicate with you. I know that spirit 333 is about community, it's about involvement, it's about togetherness. So you guys have gone through things, and I feel like the way that you processed it was that you realized that staying in this weak mindset, and weak is kind of not the best word to use, but I would say that for you, staying in fear wasn't working for you, and staying in a victim mindset wasn't working for you, and you realized this early on. And I feel like you realized how destructive having a victim mentality could be, and how ruminating and all of these troubles that are going on, it really wasn't serving you. And I feel like you actively took the time and energy to bettering yourself and improving yourself. I feel like you guys could be really heavy into self-improvement, either right now, or I do feel like it's something that is not quite so recent, but I do feel like in the last maybe few, I'm getting years or months, I feel like it all kind of like culminated together. And it's like you have been on this road for a while of self-improvement and self-development, but lately it's been really showing up for you and really, kind of is sort of like I'm seeing a snowball rolling down the mountain, and it's like at first, yes, it was rolling, but like now it's sort of like unstoppable. So I am feeling like you guys are like this unstoppable force now. The fact that we have Prince twice here, I am feeling like you guys have a lot of, I'm hearing the word integrity. You guys, pile number 4, you have a lot of, no matter how powerful you are, I feel like you don't feel like you're better than anybody else. I just feel like you have this ability to stand in your power and stand in your strength, but at the same time, you don't feel like you're above anybody else. And I feel like you have this quiet confidence about you, but what Spirit is mostly wanting to highlight with you is your potential and just how much potential you truly have. You have so much power within you, pile number 4. It's honestly truly mind-blowing just how much untapped. I'm not feeling untapped potential. Like, I feel like you are tapping it. I feel like you are doing the work. I feel like you are making the moves. I'm just feeling like there's so much more Spirit is wanting to highlight. There's so much more that you have yet to discover. There's so much more, and there will always be more. And that's not to say like, oh, like don't be happy where you are now and keep striving. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's more like you guys just have this growth mindset that is so beautiful to see. And what I'm getting with this confusion and this quest card, the message that I'm really getting with these two is like I was saying before, even, it's just funny, even before the cards were out, it's like you guys still have that same, you doubt yourself, you have those confusion about where you're headed, you have those doubts and you feel that fear. But at the same time, with this quest card, I'm strongly getting like you don't allow those fears to hold you back I'm hearing anymore. So maybe for some of you, for a lot of you even, you could have allowed those fears in the past to hold you back. But I'm feeling this strong quest card. It's like you've seen the light and darkness and you're choosing the light. You're choosing to move forward on your path, and you kind of recognize, pile number 4, that you have a path and you have a purpose in this life, and you want to fulfill that purpose. You don't want to waste any time on this earth ruminating over small things. You really do have a growth mindset, and you also really do respect yourself, is what I'm getting with this. Into me, I see it's like you do respect yourself, and you take the time to, nurture yourself and, meditate. I feel like you guys, for a lot of you, you could just take care of your mental health a lot and meditate and take care of your energy, I'm getting. But also, guys, you are very hard workers. Like, I'm seeing achievement here, effort plus intention. Like, you guys don't do anything without intention. I feel like maybe in the past you could have said yes to plans where it's like, I'm not really feeling like going, but I'll go because of this. No, I feel like now you're in this place where you don't do anything unless you know it's going to make you feel good. Like, you might have been the type to, like, in the past, like, stay up late and, maybe watch a couple more shows of Netflix than you should have. And then in the morning, you're, like, not feeling as good as you should. And I feel like now it's just more like you are truly, I'm hearing, discovering yourself. And you are constantly staying curious, which is just this amazing balance of, like, yes, you're working hard, but you're also becoming curious to, I haven't made it yet. And you're kind of realizing that that's okay, that I am always going to be a work in progress, and I'm not going to put my energy into anything that is not going to, I feel like you guys are very long-term kind of people, because we do have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and that's all about the grind. It's about hard work. It's about eating your vegetables. It's about, doing the things that you need to do, responsibility, and putting in that hard work. But also I'm seeing with this 6 of Cups, and this is all about, childhood memories, but it's also about giving and receiving. And I feel like it's all about balance. And you guys have this really healthy balance of work and play. And I think that's beautiful. And you guys do, I just want to, like, say that you guys do, I feel like you have a lot on your plate right now. either you're just starting out with a business, or I'm getting business energy. I don't know why. I mean, that doesn't have to resonate for everybody. It could be that you're just starting a new project, or really into like business, or really I am getting strong business energy. So that could resonate for a lot of you, but it doesn't have to. For some of you, it could be a project. It could be, you know, a passion project that you're working on. It could be like a new store that you're opening, like whatever it may be for you that you're working on. You really have your hands full is what I'm getting. And you're not letting this stop you. I feel like you like handling multiple things at once, and you kind of revel in the flow of things, and you like keeping busy. I really do feel like who you are, pile number 4, is, I heard, a force to be reckoned with. So you really are, you have this power within you, and I really do feel like you guys are an advanced soul. I'm seeing the Emperor here, and that's just like, it's really powerful energy along with strength. I feel like you guys have this really just healthy balance of the way that you look at life, your perspective on the way that you look at life, and you're also very emotionally balanced too with this King of Cups here, because that's all about, I just saw 2121. That might be a significant number for you, but also 2121 reduces to 33, and that's an ascended master number 33, which is also about creation. So I do feel like you guys are in the midst of creating something right now, whether it's the beginning stages, which I feel like for a lot of you it is, but for most of you guys, I feel like you have been working on this for like quite a while. If not working on it for quite a while, then I feel like you've been dreaming about this for quite a while. And I don't know why I'm feeling called to look. Okay, yeah, interesting. I feel like with that 4 of Swords beneath it, it's like you guys are really taking the time to nurture yourself and care for yourself. And you're very conscious now of what you put your, and I don't know why I keep saying now, because it's like I do feel like Spirit is wanting to highlight that maybe in the past you weren't fully conscious of like who you were giving your energy to, or how you were giving your energy. And I felt like maybe a lot of times you could have been emotionally drained is what I'm getting. But I just heard you have a new zest for life. So I don't know, but it's a very interesting energy, pile number 4, where, and I keep wanting to say pile number 1, so maybe there's a message for you in there, but really what I'm seeing is that you, I'm getting, are a very advanced soul. Like this is not your first rodeo. You have been on this planet many times in many different reincarnations, I'm getting. And your soul has been through a lot, and your soul has learned many lessons. And I feel like you don't even have to be in a position of authority or in a position of power, although for a lot of you I feel like you naturally are. But I just feel like your presence is enough to inspire people. Like I don't feel like you guys need to do much is what I'm getting. Like I feel like, you know, if you do, which for a lot of you, you do have the potential absolutely to lead a large group of people. I feel like you guys have the potential to, you know, be like the CEO of a business, or like really run things. Like you guys are a natural born leader is what I'm getting. But at the same time, like you don't have to be, just because your soul is so commanding and has so much presence that even if you're not in that role, just by people being around you, they get inspired by you. And so I feel like you really don't have to do much in order for people to be inspired by you and look up to you. And the strength of your spirit is honestly it's very inspiring to have that ability to feel the fear, like fear in reverse. I didn't even mention that, but also, yeah, fear in reverse. It's like you feel the fear and you're not letting it stop you. You're not holding back anymore is what I'm getting. You also, with this Knight of Wands here, I'm getting that you're a very passionate person, and I feel like you don't like hold back your feelings, especially with this Prince and this Prince of Cups. I feel like you are romantic, and you do see, and when I just remembered when I was shuffling your oracle cards, the card Happy Family came out, and then I just got this message like you want long-term stability and you want long-term partnership and happiness, whether that's in business or with a family, you know, a family of your own. But I do feel like you will get that and so much more just because of the type of person you are and the type of soul that you are. And you've done so much growth, and really who you are, pile number 4, is someone who is very advanced soul. But more than that, you are just such a lovely, balanced energy to be around. And you definitely are romantic. And I'm hearing that you're very sweet, like you're very kind. And even though some people might feel intimidated by you, for the most part, you are actually very loving and kind and generous. And I just heard, okay, so there's a message I'm getting that even though a lot of you guys like know that you're physically attractive, you still don't allow that to go to your head. And that's a very specific message, but it's like, you guys know that you're physically attractive, and you guys know that you're powerful, or you guys know, but you don't abuse it, is what I'm hearing. You don't abuse your power. You don't use it to tear people down. In fact, you just stand in your truth. You're very confident and even it makes sense. I didn't notice this until now, but also this tiger's eye that you chose. First of all, we have the tiger here, so that's like a literal message, but also this is about confidence. This is about courage. This is about strength. This tiger's eye symbolizes. So you could actually benefit from having tiger's eye on you, but more than that, I just feel like it's highlighting the strength of your spirit, pile number 4. And if you ever doubt that, like, please don't. And please remember this reading, or please remember just how strong you've come. How far you've come and how strong you are. Wow, pile number 4, very strong, passionate energy. So to end off this reading, I'm going to get you guys some soul messages. So what your soul wants to say to you directly. Maybe it has some additional messages that it wants to bring forth for you, but I'm gonna just shuffle here because I don't have much space. But pile number 4, let me know if that resonated. Let me know in the comments down below if that resonated. Also, don't forget to subscribe. So many more readings coming out for you guys. You don't want to miss them, so hit that subscribe button. We're trying to build our soul family over here. Also, like this video if you enjoyed it. So let's see, what does your soul want to say to you, pile number 4? What does your soul want to say? What does pile number 4's soul want to say? Oh boy, it has a lot to say. Okay, so first we have, name all the things you love. Are you one of them? Oh, I give myself all the love and attention I need. Wow. Yeah, maybe you can sort of get too caught up in work, but no, I think maybe at times you might take life a little too seriously. I'm saying this with love, but yeah, I guess that's what your soul wanted to say to you. We also have, what risk can I take today? Be not mistaken, you will have to take bigger risks than you ever thought possible on this path towards your dreams. You will have to take the big, scary leap, but do not fret because your soul has wings. Yeah, you have a very, I'm hearing like a very, I don't want to scare you, pile number 4, but you have a very treacherous path is what I'm hearing, but I don't think that's what spirit means. I just think that there are a lot of challenges up ahead because you have very big dreams and very big goals for yourself. And I feel like maybe at times we can get caught in, being comfortable where we are and being comfortable with whatever we've built. And, we're like, okay, I want to stay here now. But no, I feel like your soul always wants to push the boundaries. I feel like your soul always wants to move forward and do better. I feel like, yeah, I'm just getting, your soul is a striver, your soul is an achiever, so your soul doesn't want to stop now is what I'm hearing. So let's see, what else does your soul want to say to you, pile number 4? What else does pile number 4's soul want to say to them? Okay, we have, how can I deepen my trust right now? trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Yeah, so I feel like maybe things in the past could definitely rear its head, like, you know, things that have happened to you in the past that have been hurtful or challenging. I feel like sometimes maybe you can let it get to your head. Not, I do feel like we've been saying before, you have the ability to get out of that mindset. But yeah, Spirit is just saying there is no need to have those fears to begin with, because you have changed and your perception on situations has changed, and you have the ability now. Those things that happened in the past, whatever happened, pile number 4, won't happen to you again because you have more awareness now. That's a direct message for somebody. But let's see, one more message for pile number 4. What does their soul want to say to them? Pile number 4's soul want to say? I just heard a funny message, but I don't know. Let's see, what does... your soul is also tired. I was getting the message before I started this reading that your soul had a lot to say, and your soul really wanted to highlight to you like how wonderful you are, and it just had so much to say. But I feel like your soul can get like not burnt out, I would say, very easily, but it could be true for some of you. But I feel like just like your soul kind of gets tired of people very quickly, and not in the sense that they're tired of people, but more like you like to have your alone time, and you like to, people don't mess with you when you're alone. I don't know, it's a very funny message. The way that they said it was funny. But anyway, do I believe I am worthy? You are worthy. You are deserving. You are loved. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt up. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. By Maya Angelou. Wow, I love that message, and that honestly just gave me chills. I feel like you guys have this sense like you know you're worthy, you are confident, but I feel like you do at times doubt that, and what your soul is trying to say is please don't ever doubt that. And I'm getting the chills, so I feel like, wow, pile number 4, your soul is on fire, literally. And we have, am I afraid to be seen? On the back of the deck. Well, not the back, but the front. But anyway, pile number 4. Let me know if that resonated in the comments below. I had so much fun reading for you. You're such a joyous, fun, interesting energy, and I just feel so much brighter after reading for you. So, wow, I feel like the people in your life are very lucky to have you in your life. I don't feel, I know that. And you have the ability to change people's energy just by being in the room. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, because pile number 4, you are just amazing, and I want to say that one more time. So like this video if you enjoyed it, pile number 4. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.